Hello friends, this is Otz, don't even question it. I am sitting here today, it is 23:27 right now and I am extremely tired. And I decided to record a video that I have been planning for a few months. I started planning this video even before I even created this channel. But I haven't gotten around to recording it because I didn't know how I wanted to do it. But I just decided that I just want to sit here and chill out, listen to some Hearts of Iron 4 soundtrack while doing it. When I do these essay type videos, I always make a script because I am very bad at talking and not mumbling. I always have a million outtakes whenever I actually do read from a script, so you can imagine how bad it is going to be now when I don't have a script. But I wanted it to be like a laid back and kind of chill video that you can kind of like have in the background and relax to. And whatever, and in order to achieve that, a good thing is to not have it be, super structured and stuff. And that's not how I want the video to be either, because this is supposed to come a little bit from the heart and the brain and not be like super planned out. But I had this idea some time ago, like I said, then I wrote down all of my thoughts, because this video is supposed to be me explaining how I personally would change every single perk in the game to make the game more interesting or fair or balanced and stuff like that. I touched on this subject a little on my video I uploaded called The Uncertain Future of DBD, that you can go and watch. Amazing video. I'm not sure that I finished that video today and I upload it in like 6 days, so it's not uploaded yet, but so I don't know, maybe it's a big flop, maybe it has 3 views, maybe it has 3 billion views by now, who knows. If it does have 3 billion views, thank you guys so much, I appreciate it a lot. Don't mind me, by the way, in the face cam looking around me at all times. I might be looking anywhere while doing this. I have some stuff on my TV. Like I said, I just wanted to be chill and relaxed and whatever. But anyways, when I planned this video, I did write down every single perk that existed up until that point, which was Skull Merchant. Before Skull Merchant released, so I'm gonna have to wing those perks that we got for Renato, Thalita, and Skull Merchant. But other than that, I did write down notes, and I'll see if I agree with them or not still. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's not supposed to be super serious. I just want to make it because I like sharing my thoughts, and it might make other people think about these stuff and might make people, get creative and start thinking themselves of like how they would change the game if they were able to. This video is going to be centered around survivor perks, and I'm also gonna make one, not sure when, maybe, no, I'm not gonna upload them at the same time, but I'm gonna make one that is with the killer perks, because I'm not gonna do both in the same video. This video might be really long, and making both in the same video is just kind of insane. I haven't checked out if anyone else has done this idea before, done a video like this. Maybe I should do that. Wait, let me do that while I'm doing this. So I hope that it isn't too many that has done it, because then I might be like repeating what someone else has been saying. Let's see, how would I change DBD perks? How they... Okay, I don't get any results from there, which is good. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get started. We have a lot of perks to go through. And the idea with this is to follow what I said in that video I mentioned about the uncertainty of the DBD future video. That I think that the developers should focus on bringing up really bad perks and not focusing too much on nerfing good perks. Since I wrote down these notes, they have changed Circle of Healing and Dead Hard and stuff like that, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's just ideas to make maybe perks better or more fun to use. And yeah, you might not agree with me, but please tell me how you would do certain perks and stuff like that. This is just a random thing. I haven't read this since I wrote it down, so I don't even know. My thoughts might have changed a lot. I probably did this like 2 months ago. Yeah, like 2 months ago or something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna start now. Sorry for ranting, but yeah, it's unscripted and I can talk however much I want to. I'm not gonna pressure myself to be super entertaining and whatever. Okay, so first perk is Ace in the Hole, which I will leave unchanged. Don't remember my justification for all of the points that I wrote down, or maybe any of them, but I'm gonna try to explain what I probably was thinking. So why I don't want to change Ace in the Hole is because it is a really fun perk to use, in my opinion. I like to use this a lot. It gives you add-ons on items you find in chest, and you get to keep the add-ons when you escape. This is a really fun perk. I don't think I need to change this. Adrenaline, I also left at unchanged. You get healed, and you sprint at 150% of running speed for 5 seconds when the last generator gets done. I think how I would change this now is probably make it so that you only get healed if you are downed, and if you aren't downed, you don't get healed and you just get the speed boost, or alternatively, you just get healed and don't get the speed boost. Maybe something like that, I'm not sure. Aftercare, you see the aura of every survivor that you rescue from a hook or rescues you from a hook. You complete a healing action on or completes a healing action on you, and they also see your aura. This occurs for up to 3 survivors. All effects of Aftercare are reset when you are hooked by the killer. Pretty okay perk. It's pretty cool to use. I said that I would either make it so that teammates see each other that are also affected. So for example, if you get rescued from a hook, if you rescue Claudette from a hook and then you rescue Nia from a hook, both Claudette and Nia would also see each other on top of seeing you as well. Or remove it getting disabled by being hooked. And for that, we could trade off the healing or hooking in turn of that. So, for example, if you rescue someone, either it makes it so that you get the aura rating if you rescue someone from a hook or you rescues you, or you only do if you get a healing action done or whatever. Because giving it a permanent rating aura effect could be a little bit too good, so you don't have to get them both from the hook and healing action. Is basically what I was thinking. So yeah, it's just to make it like more usable. There's no reason for the aura rating to get removed. Like, it's just a really nice perk to have if it didn't get removed with the aura rating. Alert, I left unchanged. I would probably stick to that. It is pretty cool perk. It's a good it's a really good information perk that comes from Feng Min, a non-licensed character and a character that is very common. So most people have this perk, and it's really good to start learning information on how to track the killer. Don't think I would have done anything with that. With appraisal, I would remove the tokens. Because you start the trial with 3 tokens. When a chest has already been opened, consume a token to rummage through it for an item. Rummaging can only be performed once per chest. So the thought with this was that it's a pretty nice perk. I like using it combined with when I do my Ace in the Hole build. But the thing is, I wanted to remove the tokens because I felt like it was a little bit unnecessary. And you should be able to use it an infinite amount of times. Obviously there is 3 tokens because there is 3 chests in the game base, but the thing was, I was just thinking like, if you bring an offering to get more chests, you should also be able to rummage through those chests. I don't understand why they even has tokens at all. With autodidact, I don't know. What? Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. Sorry. So with autodidact, you start the trial with a negative 25 progress penalty for skill checks for healed survivors. For every successful skill check while healing a survivor, you receive a token up to a maximum of 5 tokens. Each token grants you a 15% progressive bonus, meaning when you have 5 tokens and you get a skill check, you instantly heal the survivor for 50% of the progress bar. Autodidact, I would change that you get guaranteed at least 1 skill check, no matter what. So at least 1, but not limited to 1 skill check every time you heal another survivor, and possibly change tokens from 5 tokens to 4 tokens, because this is a really pain to actually level up. I don't think I would agree with the token change right now, because autodidact is more viable, because sloppy butcher and healing is so bad and slow in general, so there's a lot higher chance of you to actually get a skill check. But yeah, I guarantee the skill checks. I have had multiple games. I would say 50% of my games, I get at least 1 heal on a survivor while using this perk, where I don't get a single skill check. And it feels really bad. Next we have background player. I haven't written anything about it. I really like this perk. I really like it. I would change it so that you can choose to activate it, much like Dead Hard. So when a killer picks up another survivor, background player activates for 10 seconds, and during that 10 seconds you can run without it activating and then click a button to actually activate it. But other than that, I really like this perk and I wouldn't really change it. Balanced landing, I would leave unchanged because it is map based, and instead they should focus on making it usable in maps. That is something that isn't anything that like you can do by changing balanced landing. Yeah, maybe doing it so that the stagger duration and the volume of grunts from falling is still going to happen if you are exhausted, because I don't think they are currently. I don't know that, but by reading the perk description, most likely the stagger duration and the grunts of falling doesn't get reduced if you're exhausted, so I will change that. With better than new, upon completing a healing action to another survivor, the targeted survivor gets a 16% speed bonus to healing, opening chests, cleansing, and blessing totems. Survivor keep the bonus until they lose the health state. Really bad perk. I would say that you either make it get lost while getting hooked, or increase the unhooking speed and gate opening speed. It doesn't say that it speeds up gate opening speed. Maybe I meant chest opening. I don't know. Maybe maybe actually. Oh wait, I meant so that the add so that you get increased unhooking speed and gate opening speed, but also make it get lost when you get hooked, instead of it getting lost when they lose a health state, because that's gonna happen no matter what. It would be better if they change it so that you have to get hooked for it to get removed, so you actually get value from it. Bite the bullets. I said that I would like it to give distortion effect to both survivors. When healing, you and the survivor you're healing makes no noise, including runs of pain. There's no noise notification of failed healing skill checks, and healing regresses by only 1%. And I said that you would add it so that distortion gets basically added to both survivors, so that the auras of the person healing and the one getting healed couldn't be read or can't be read by the killer. Blast mine I left unchanged. Still kind of agree with that. I think 50% worth of repair progress is a pretty long time. I would probably remove the thing where after repairing a generator for at least 3 seconds, I think that you should be able to do it on any generator no matter what. I really don't understand why you have to repair for at least 3 seconds. Maybe because you're not supposed to be able to tap a generator and place a blast mine, but I don't know why that wouldn't be good to happen. I think that would be pretty good to prevent killers who overkick generators. Then we have Blood Pact. When you're the obsession are injured, you both see each other's auras after completing a healing action on the obsession, or having the obsession complete a healing action on you. You both get a 7% haste status effect until you are no longer within 16 meters of each other. And with this, I would increase the haste and increase healing on or from the obsession. So instead of having a 7% bonus, of healing is really, really bad and pretty low, and instead I would change it to maybe like 15% or something insane like that. Another perk, Blood Rush. That's wasn't released when I did this. I don't think I would change anything for this. While healthy, running and suffering from exhaustion, press the active ability 1 to lose a health state and recover from the exhaustion instantly and get broken for 20 seconds when you are 1 hook away from instant death. Yeah, I would keep it like this. I think it's pretty cool and interesting perk. Boil Over I would leave unchanged as well. Then we have Bond. I would make your aura seen to the survivors. Or give status effect of Bond. What? oh. Okay. I get it. So either I would make it so that when you see the aura of a survivor with your Bond, they see your aura. Or make it so that survivors in your team can see that you actually have the perk Bond with a status effect thing, so that your teammates know that you like have the perk. You know? Yeah, that was basically it. Circle of Healing. I think it's in a okay spot. I have nothing to say about this, really. Dark Theory. I would increase it to 5%, instead of the haste being 2%. I would increase it to 5%, probably even 7% or something. This perk is completely useless, really bad. Exponential I would leave unchanged. I would probably change it so that it has maybe a 35 meter range, maybe 40, something crazy like that. Probably do that for all the boons, because 24 meters is really, really small, especially on maps that don't have 2 floors, because most maps are really big nowadays. Then we have Shadow Step. I would make injury noises get removed as well, so you don't see scratch mark, or you can't see the aura, but also that there is no injury noises. I will still keep the blood things, but so basically like 100% Iron Will essentially. Borrowed Time, I would do increase haste and make duration longer on here. Do I stand by that? Yes. I would say that you keep the endurance effect for like 15 seconds, and they get an increased movement speed bonus for an extra 10 seconds, but the movement speed bonus is bigger than it is now. I don't know what it is right now, but I would make it just like a little bit faster. Botany Knowledge, I would do 10% item healing. The healing item efficiency is reduced by 20%. I don't agree with that, actually. I think this can be left unchanged. Breakdown, I would increase the aura duration. So anytime you're removing from a hook, blah blah, the hook breaks and the killer's aura is shown to you for 6 seconds. So I would change that to maybe 15 seconds, so you have it for a long time. Breakout, I would increase to 10 meters, increase wiggle to 30%. So this is when within 6 meters of a carry survivor. I would increase that to possibly even 12 meters. And that you get a speed of 7%. I would keep the same. And the carry survivor's wiggle speed is increased by 20%. I would probably increase that to 25%, which I think would make this perk pretty okay and viable. Buckle Up. This has been changed as well, I think. Wait, increase recovery speed and apply effect to healing in general. Yeah, this has been changed. What would I do with Buckle Up? I would make it so that the duration is like 30 seconds. Probably maybe 30 seconds, and the haste is like 15% to just make it crazy and a little bit broken. That is the point as well with a lot of these. They're supposed to be a little bit crazy at times and be like, what the hell, this is gonna break the game. It's supposed to be like that because I wanted to make so that most perks are like really viable, but also that a lot of them are really goofy and a little bit broken. Build to last, I would change the reduction to 25%. You see the thing, each use of build to last reduces the amount of charges refilled by 33%. I would change that to 25%. and I probably still stand by that, even though it would be really broken. It would make more people use the perk, which is what we want. So I would still stand by that. Calm Spirit. I would change it so that I remove the speed reducing, because this allows you to open chests and cleanse blessed totem silently, but a 30% reduced speed. I'll just remove that and instead make it so that it's always quiet, but still you cleanse, open chests, whatever, at the same speed as you would normally. Clairvoyance. We have this Clairvoyance, which activates when you cleanse a totem. I will change it so that it also activates when you bless a totem, which I never understood why it doesn't. So you're able to bless a totem and it still activates, and you don't have to like just cleanse it. Corrective action. I would make gold skill checks become great. So you start the trial with 3 tokens and gain a token up to a maximum of 5 for every great skill check. When a survivor fails a normal skill check while cooperating with you, 1 token is consumed and their failed skill check becomes a good skill check. What I would add on top of that is that if the survivor you're working with get a normal or like a normal good skill check, it gets turned into a great skill check instead. Much like Stakeout, for example. Counterforce. I would leave it unchanged. You cleanse totems 20% faster. Whatever. It's a pretty boring perk. I would probably just rework it. Cut Loose. I would probably change the cooldown to like 30 seconds. I think that's like fine. Unchanged. Dance with me. I would make it leave no blood scratch marks. This hides your scratch marks, and I would make it hide the pools of blood as well. Dark Sense. I would remove scratch marks, so that each time a generator is completed, Dark Sense activates. While Dark Sense is active, the killer entering a 24-meter radius around you reveals their aura for 10 seconds. But also that it hides your scratch marks for that 10 seconds. Dead Hard, I will leave unchanged for now. It can be I would actually no. I would do it so that it activates when you get unhooked or when you unhook another survivor. Deception, I would give it a lower cooldown. It's 40 seconds. I would give it like a 20 maybe. Decisive Strike, make it work after gens are done, but before the exit gates are opened. Which, yeah, I stand by that. So that you can use it when all gens are done, but not the exit gates are open, much like Terminus works, kind of. Deja Vu. I would increase the repair to 7%. It gets a 5% speed bonus, which I would increase to 7. I don't know if that's good enough. Maybe I would change it to 10, but I'm gonna leave it at 7%. Okay, Deliverance, you get broken for 60 seconds. I would change it so that you get broken for 40 seconds instead, because 60 seconds is a really long time and really annoying. Desperate Measures, I would make it so that it increases to a non-flat 20%. So for each injured, hooked, or dying survivor, increase the speed of your healing and unhooking actions by 14%. I would instead change it to 20%, but that it isn't a flat change. So like you won't, if every single one of your teammates are injured, it won't give you a 60% increase. It would instead give you whatever 20%, 20%, 20% is. So a non-flat boost. Detective's Hunch, I would increase it from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. And I would make it see the aura of every single thing. I would make it see the aura of every pallet, every window, every breakable wall, every exit gate, just everything, every item, everything that can be tracked with a rainbow map, basically. I would do, and I would increase it to 30 seconds. Distortion, I'm going to increase the tokens to 5 instead of 3 tokens. Sure, why not? Diversion, I would make it get progress while in chase, instead of when you're like not in chase. And I would change it so that you get the perk after being in the killer's territories for 20 seconds instead of 30 seconds. Empathetic connection. I would increase the healing to 15% instead of 10%, which I think that's a good change. That could probably be a healthy change right now. Empathy, I would change it so that always reveal the aura of injured and downed and carried survivors, and that it bypasses blindness, so that you can, no matter what, always see an injured, hooked, carried, downed survivor. Fast track. I would do so that it gains 2% progress per stack instead of 1%, which is pretty low. Maybe even 3%. Because there's a risk that you will never ever get use of this perk, so increasing it to maybe 3% per stack would be pretty good. Maybe that's too much though, maybe just 2%. Flashbang, I would lower it to 35%, completing 35% progress on any generator instead of 50%. I would probably change that to maybe like 25, maybe 30. 50% is way too much for a perk like that, personally. Then we have a flip-flop, which I would leave unchanged. Yeah, I agree with that. Fog-wise, I would leave unchanged. I agree with that too. Still, for the people, I would change the broken status effect to 40 seconds, and I would make it remove the obsession change. I'm not sure why. I don't think that actually matters at all. I don't know why I wrote that down. But sure, I would probably leave the broken for 30 seconds even. Friendly competition, I would change it so that it isn't... I don't know how to explain it. I would change it that it activates when you've been like repairing a generator with another person for maybe 20 seconds, and then you get an increased 7% increased repair progress instead of you having to finish the generator and it just giving 5% speed bonus. Then we have a Guardian. I would change it to 15 seconds so they get the 7% haste status and you see the killer's aura for 15 seconds instead of 8 seconds. And then we have Head-On, which I would leave unchanged. I would probably do it so you get exhausted for 30 seconds instead of 40. But all exhaustion perks have the same 40 thing. I don't know. It really doesn't matter, I guess. Hope I would leave unchanged, which I agree with. Yeah. Hyperfocus. I would lower the cursor speed to 2% because right now it increases the skill check cursor speed by 4%. I would change that to 2%. And the base increased skill check possibility to 10% because it increases the chance of skill checks triggered by 4% per token, and I would increase that 10% because I have played with Hyperfocus quite some times, and a lot of the time you still like have to wait maybe 30 seconds before you get a single skill check, which is really weird. Inner Focus, I would change it so that the aura is global, because you can see each other's other survivors' scratch marks, and whenever another survivor loses a health state within 32 meters of you, the killer aura is revealed to you for 5 seconds. I would change that so that you can read it no matter where a survivor is injured, so they can be outside a 32 meter radius, just anywhere on the map, and make other survivors see your scratch marks as well. And the Bloodhound effects on yours/their blood. So Bloodhound, that makes injury pools brighter and spawn closer, and I would do that with like your teammates, and your teammates can see your bloods closer, so it's easier to track them. We then have Inner Healing. I would increase to 10 seconds, but bypass the broken status. So while Inner Healing is active, hiding inside a locker for 8 seconds while injured automatically heals you from injured to healthy. I would change that to 10 seconds, but if you are broken, you can still get healed from it, and it recovers you from broken, so that it actually is usable. Then we have Iron Will. I would remove anti-exhaustion. I would do it so that it still works even though if you are exhausted. I don't know why that even exists. It's pretty stupid in my opinion. With Kindred, I would change the range from 60 meters to 20 meters. Yeah. Kinship, I would leave unchanged. I would actually make it like maybe not 30 meters, but maybe like 24 meters instead of 16 meters. Leader, increase range to 10. It's at 8 meter range. I would probably increase it to 12 meter range when they're within a 12 meter range. We have left behind. I would increase the aura reading range from 32 meters to 40 meters. I agree with that still. And then we have a lightweight. I would decrease to 4 seconds because scratch marks stay visible for 5 seconds less than normal. I said I would make it 4 seconds less than normal, which I'm pretty sure I meant 6 seconds less. They stay visible for 6 seconds less than normal, and their spacing is inconsistent. Light I would leave unchanged. I agree with that still. Low profile I would make permanent. So when you become the last survivor standing, this perk activates, hides your scratch mark, explosive blood, and grunts of pain caused by injuries for 90 seconds. I would change that to permanently. Which that I actually don't really agree on, because if 3 of your teammates get downed, this activates. I would say if you are the last person alive, I think this should be permanent, but otherwise it should probably be 90 seconds. Lucky break. I would do so that it gives 3 seconds per healing under the survivor. For each 1 second, it gives increase lucky break's duration by 3 seconds instead of 1 second. Middle of man, I would remove the aura reading, which I don't actually agree with, because it's pretty fun with the aura reading. I would actually change it so that you get it after 2 protection hits. Yeah, I would say that you get it after 2 protection hits instead of 3. No mither. I would make it activate only after you have gotten injured for the first time, so you are not always injured. You start off the game healthy, but as soon as you get injured, it activates and you can't get healed. And I would change it so that the killer can't see that you are broken for the rest of the game, but your teammates can see that you're broken. So basically, the killer has no way of knowing that you're actually using no mither, because you're not injured from the start, and they can see that you're broken. I think this would be a really nice perk to use if the killer couldn't see that you actually used the perk. No one left behind I would leave unchanged. I don't care, this is a useless perk anyways. Object of obsession I would increase to 10%. While the killer's aura becomes visible to you and you gain a 6% bonus to healing, repairing, and cleansing, I would change that to giving you a 10% bonus. Off the record and open-handed I would leave unchanged, which, yeah, I agree with. Overcome I would increase to 3 seconds, because when you get injured, you retain the movement speed for 2 seconds longer. I would change it so that you retain it for 3 seconds longer, because we have exhaustion perks that well, I guess it's like sprint burst gives you like 4 seconds of speed, but I guess this maybe gives you 5. But yeah, I would do it for 3 seconds longer instead of 2 seconds longer. Overzealous, I would change it to getting hooked instead of injured. That you get the bonus removed after getting hooked, compared to after getting injured, just like I did with the other perk, whatever that was. Then we have parental guidance. I would increase it to that your scratch marks, pools of blood, and grunts of pain are hidden for 7 seconds. I would do it 10 seconds. No, I would do like 15, maybe 20, because this is gonna be hard to even activate. Pharmacy, I would leave unchanged. Plunderer's instinct, I would leave unchanged. And yeah, I agree with this. I think I would add it like 20% speed to opening chests with this one, probably something like that. Poised, I would make it so that you leave no blood marks and give and you get an aura rating of the killer for 5 seconds. So after generator is completed, you leave no scratch marks for 10 seconds. I will make it so that you leave no blood marks and that you can see the killer for the first 5 seconds, the killer's aura. Next we have potential energy. I would make it do 1.25% per token. Right now you get 1% progress per token. I would do it 1.25%. I don't think 1.5 would be good. I think it would be too good. But I think 1.25 is what it deserves, and not 1% per token. I would change power struggle to 5% while being carried by the killer, reaching 15% wiggle progress, activates power struggle. I would change it so that it gets activated after reaching 5% of progress instead of 15. Pre-motion. You have the blah blah blah. Get an auditory warning when looking at the direction of the killer in a 45 degree. I would change it so that it changes the cooldown to 5 seconds instead of 30 seconds, and that it has a cone of 30 degrees, so it's more precise. Prove thyself. I would remove the blood point bonus. Just weird, really. This is a need as incentive to be used. Well, that's kind of what it gives you 100% more blood points. It shouldn't. Quick and quiet, I would leave unchanged. Quick gambit, when you are chased within 24 meters of any generator, and the other survivor working on a generator receives an 8% speed bonus boost to the repair action. I would change that to 10% speed bonus instead of 8%, and I would change the range to 32 meters instead of 24, because 24 is really, really short for a kind of useless perk like this. Reactive healing, I would increase to 40 meters instead of 32 meters. I could potentially change it to global, so that, but maybe that would be too good. Yeah, okay, let's keep it at 40 meter range instead of 32. Reassurance, I would make it able to activate twice if the survivor hasn't been unhooked. So you can use reassurance twice per survivor. You can use it when they are first stage hooked and when they are second stage hooked. But if a survivor goes from first stage to if you use reassurance on a survivor on first stage and then they reach the second stage without being unhooked in between, you can't use reassurance a second time. But I would make it so that you could actually use it a second time if they're being like face camped. What you could do is that you proc reassurance when they are hooked on the first stage, and then they get to second stage without being unhooked, and you can proc reassurance again. Red herring, I would leave that unchanged. I think it's pretty okay. By the way, I know I am not explaining every single perk as I go through, so if you don't know these by heart, maybe you have to look and pause the video to see what the perk actually does, and if so, I'm sorry for that. I know I wanted it to be like a video to have in the background. If you don't know all of the perks, what they do, like me, maybe that's gonna be difficult, but I hope you can, cope with me. The renewal leaves you broken after you get unhooked, and I would remove it, the broken interaction, so that you don't get broken. I don't know why. That is weird. Wait. Remove a broken interaction. No, I don't know. That's weird. Maybe I meant it so that if you are broken by like unhooking yourself with deliverance, you can still proc renewal. Maybe that's what I meant. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure, but I would probably leave it unchanged. Repressed Alliance, I would change it so that it blocks the generator I would make it activate after repairing a generator for 30 seconds instead of 45 seconds. Just a little quality of life change. Residual Manifest, I would change it so that it increases opening chests and rummaging by 30%. Because we have the appraisal perk that increases the rummaging speed, but this one doesn't. And I want to make it so that this one opens chests faster and rummages faster as well. Resilience, I would leave unchanged. I agree with that. I would probably change it to... maybe 10% is overkill because so many people use this perk. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave it unchanged. Resurgence, I would increase to 70%, gain 50% healing progress instantly after being unhooked or unhooking yourself. I would change it to 70% instead of 50%. We have a Rookie Spirit. I would make it so that you, instead of seeing the aura of regressing generators, you can see the aura of every generator period. and changes that you have to do 3 great skill checks instead of good skill checks. Yeah. And not just the regressing generators, but just every generator that isn't getting worked on. I think that would be good. So you can't see generators that other people are working on, but you can see the ones that are being regressed or that aren't being regressed but aren't being worked on. Saboteur. I would change it so that you can see the killer aura of the killer and survivor when you use this, so you know where the killer and survivor is going, so you know where you should sabo. Just to make it more fun to use. Self-aware. I would leave unchanged. Yeah, I agree with that. Self-care. I would change it to 40% and make it not interact with Circle of Healing. No, I would change it to 75%. Wait, okay, so however fast you heal yourself with a brown medkit, I would make you heal 80% of that speed. Yeah, and you can combine it with like Circle of Healing. You can combine it with anything that increases your healing. Or maybe not 80%, maybe like 70%. 70% of however fast you heal yourself with the brown medkits. Self-preservation. I would make it activate when someone is being chased and 10 seconds depleting after someone being down. So whenever another survivor within 60 meters you gets hit, instead it would be whenever a survivor within 60 meters is getting chased. It activates and 10 seconds depleting after someone being downed. So your scratch marks, pulse of blood, and grounds pain are hidden for 10 seconds when someone gets hit. Instead, if you leave a 16-meter range, well, no, wait, let me explain it like this. Whenever you are within that 16 meters, you leave no more scratch marks, pools of blood, and grounds of pain. If you leave the thing, it will deplete during 10 seconds, and it will deplete when a survivor gets down as well within 16 meters of you. It starts depleting after this 10 seconds starts counting down after someone has been downed, basically. Situational awareness. Give aura reading to everyone. The aura of the generator you're currently repairing is revealed to all other survivors located within 32 meters. I would change it so that anyone, no matter the map, will see the aura, basically. Slippery meat, I would leave unchanged. Sure, don't care about the perk. Small game, I would increase it to 20 meters instead of a range of 12 meters. Again, useless perk. Smash hit, I would do it so that you're exhausted for 30 seconds. I would probably do like 20 seconds actually. Yeah. But that you can't combine it with other exhaustion perks. So if you have another exhaustion perk, it will give you exhausted for 40 seconds. Soul Survivor, I would make it so that you're able to open the hatch without a key as well as these effects that it grants. We have Solidarity. I would make it activate when healing with a medkit. So while injured, healing a survivor without using a medkit also heals you at 50% conversion rate. I would just change that so that it just heals you even if you're healing with a medkit. Soul Guard. I would give the effect to survivor you recover, so you gain the endurance status effect for 8 seconds after being healed or having recovered from the dying state. I would also make that apply to people that you recover from the dying state, much like the perk we're going to talk about soon. We have Spine Chill. I would increase the linger to 5 seconds. So the effect of Spine Chill linger for 0.5 seconds. I would make it linger for 5 seconds. And it increases stuff by 6%. I would change it so that it increases by 6%. So all of the baby survivors actually use a perk that is useful. Sprint Burst I would leave unchanged. Yes. Stakeout. I would make it so that you increase the map maximum tokens to 5 instead of 4. Yes, yes, yes. Streets-wise, I would increase the range from 8 meters to 15 meters. And I would make it persist for 20 seconds instead of 15 seconds. Teamwork, collective stealth. Whenever another survivor finishes healing you, you both leave no scratch marks as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor. Instead, I would change it so that you keep that effect for 30 seconds no matter what. I would remove that it can only trigger once every 140 seconds, and I would make it so that whenever another survivor finishes healing you, or if you finish healing them, basically. And same with teamwork power of 2. When you finish healing another survivor or them healing you, you move 5% faster for 30 seconds, and that it doesn't have a cooldown. Technician. I would remove the additional progress removal. An additional 3% progress is lost when you fail a skill check. I would just remove that. You just lose this base 3%. Or the base amount and not 3 extra % on top of that. Tenacity I will leave unchanged. Yeah, this is not happening. I would increase the amount of skill checks by 15%. So the skill checks that you get when repairing and healing, you get 15%. You're like, there's a 15% more likeliness of you actually getting skill checks. Unbreakable. I would increase the recovery to 40% instead of 35. I would probably do like 50%, honestly. Up the ante, give 5% bonus. I would make it give like a 10% bonus, and I would change luck so that it actually affects other things. So luck only affects the like you unhooking yourself possibility. Luck only affects that. I would make it so that luck also increases the rarity of your item that you're getting. Maybe luck could be something like they interact with other perks and like killers of some sorts. Maybe luck increases the amount of skill checks that you get, and maybe the amount of progress. Like if you hit a great skill check, maybe you get between 5 or 7% progress, but with luck, it is more likely that you get 7% progress. It's just about reworking how luck works, basically. Urban Evasion, unchanged. Remove the perk so people don't use it. Vigil, I would increase the range from 8 meters to 15 meters. Yeah, that's fine. Visionary doesn't get disabled and gives teammates same auto reading. Your remark will be focused on your means of escape. You see generators auras within 32 meters. Anytime a generator is completed, Visionary is disabled. I will remove that so that it doesn't get disabled. And that's teammates. Teammates within maybe a 30 meters range get the effect as well of like, or maybe teammates who are like within 12 meters maybe get this, can read the auras of generators within 32 meters. Wake up, I would increase the speed of cleansing totems and opening chests by 50%, so it does something else than just do exegates. We'll make it, I will leave that unchanged. I would maybe change it so that if you get unhooked, you also get the heal bonus for like maybe just 20 seconds or something. We're gonna live forever. I would do a full rework. I would just remove the perk. It's really bad because we have stuff like Soul Guard and stuff that I changed earlier. So I don't know if I have any ideas for this perk. Maybe it does something so that you have super increased healing and unhooking speed. Maybe like your item depletion is super low, and you like your charges are like not being used as much, and you can see the aura of all other survivors while these effects like being activated when the exegates are powered or something like that. There's like a full overhaul of it. Windows of opportunity, I would decrease the range to 16 meters instead of 32 meters. I would probably change to 24 meters instead of 32. Oh, you have 2 perks left, everyone. I am speeding through them right now toward the end. This video is 50 minutes long. Holy damn. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that long. Sorry. Wiretap. I would have the R rating active until a survivor starts repairing it again. So instead of it being active for 80 seconds, I would have it constantly have aura reading if you activate it until a survivor starts repairing it. So if a survivor turns on wiretap and then lets go of the if someone turns on wiretap, it will always be on. Wait, this doesn't even make any sense. I wouldn't change it. Whatever, this was weird. And then we have any means necessary. What did I write here? I wrote unchanged, which I don't agree with. Like right now, I would leave it unchanged. Before it had the cooldown. Now it doesn't have any cooldown, and I will leave that unchanged. Okay. That is a rundown on how I would change every single perk. Not just like rework, but actually change them, try to balance them, make them more fun and usable. Instead of just like changing every single perk. I don't know what the new perks are gonna be like. That are gonna come with the anniversary chapter. We'll see. Yeah, this was just meant to be like a weird video to listen to, as I stated earlier. But please tell me any ideas or anything you reacted to in the comments. This is mostly to like an attempt to like start a discussion on how you can actually speak about changing perks and stuff like that compared to what people are usually doing, and trying to think about how to nerf certain stuff, and instead trying to bring to light that there is more to life than just nerfing good stuff. We need to actually start changing the stuff that doesn't ever get used and make them usable, and maybe make them a little bit too overpowered, but with making them a little bit too overpowered, actually making people use them as well, because that is pretty important. I'm gonna make a one with killer perks, as I said. I will probably spread them out with a week's, maybe just a few days. I don't know. If you'll see it when it comes up. Thank you for sitting through this video of me saying random changes. They were pretty underwhelming changes now that I think about it. I don't remember what I did with the killer perks. I hope that I maybe have some more interesting stuff to change. Back when I wrote this script, I didn't play a lot of Survivor. So maybe that's why I hadn't used the perks and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe. I am desperate for food and money and fame, as per usual. And join my Discord, beautiful Discord, if you want to. You can see me live at twitch.tv/I'mBappus. You can also find me on TikTok at I'mBappusTTD. And I don't know. I don't feel like I want to end this video. I just want to sit here and talk forever and ever here with my beautiful little lovebird, Steve Harrington. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, night, year, week, day, hour, and minute. And yeah, I hope I'll see you in the future.